My name is Gabriel. I am Korean, but I was born and raised in Hong Kong. I'm from Colombia. I'm a senior music tech student. Yeah, I guess I think one big thing was like seasonal depression. Like it kind of hit like faster just because it happened so quick. Like I think it started when we went remote. When we started going remote, I think that's when it hit people because everyone was like, what the hell is this like format? You know, like why are we doing it online? Why aren't we like figuring a way around it? Because literally, what they literally did was like 2 weeks break, and then they're like, yo, we'll figure it out in this 2 weeks. And then what had happened for me was that like the moment that happened, I'm like, wow. I guess in a sense it cleared out my schedule, which was kind of like I found that like a good thing because it was overwhelming during the semester. I would say, like, so it helped relieve some pressure. But it came with like other like problems. Like one of the big things was like ice that we were talking about. I remember like talking to you about it, where like they made that new rule. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, let me stay, you know. But fortunately, like I got lucky, and like before like Columbia changed their like class and like system and shit, like I had like 3 hybrids, so that kind of like helped me. But at the same time, I was like worried for everyone else, and then it was kind of like rather than worries about school or like something a student should like care about, it was more like real life things. Like it's like whether or not I could stay, whether or not like I could leave my apartment and do something, whether or not like, but like it felt like my freedom was kind of like limited. It shouldn't be a bad thing, but I think it's because people are like usually I tend like to kind of like disregard that like as a privilege. You know what I mean? Like people can say like, oh, going out is a privilege now because of COVID. It hit like good, but in the sense like it was like a hit to the gut is what I'm trying to say. Like it kind of like woke me up, but at the same time it was just a constant fear of like what can happen. You know, when you go out or even like a family back home, especially like my family was in Hong Kong. Like they just recently moved to Korea, but like with all these places that have been hit hard, it's kind of like hard to keep up with them, especially with the time differences. And even if I wanted to like go home and like visit them, I'd have to be like 2-week quarantine and stuff like that. And if I was in quarantine, I believe my family members would have to stay as well. I'm not so sure, unless I got a different place than everyone. So it was kind of like it just made me like worry more, and that was not what I needed. And my hours were cut from work, so you know everyone's hours were cut, so it's kind of hard like money wise, especially like trying to pay rent and everything. I have to rely on other like sources of income, and that tends to be hard. Like not everyone can find a like second job. Not everyone can get another job like so quick, especially since we're international students. It's even harder, you know. Like I'm not sure how the rules are right now, but I know like we have to work on campus, right? That's why I was just like, man, I feel bad for the international students. Everyone moved back. Like a lot of people I know moved back, and I'm like, damn, the homies, you know. But I guess it's like it comes with the process.